Story 1. I have seen these street interviews where they ask someone what song they are listening to. If that had happened to me, it would make me feel like the main character. Story 2. One of my senior colleagues asked me the other day, "Is there anything or any stress that's on your mind? I'm here to listen." I was appreciative of her asking me that. Story 3. Sometimes, I wish someone would just ask me about the dreams I had to put on hold, not to pity me, but to genuinely understand the paths I have walked and the choices I have made. It is the untold stories and shelved aspirations that really paint the full picture of who we are, do not you think? Story 4. I wish people would ask me, "What's something you're passionate about that you rarely get to talk about?" I'd love to share my deep interest in 1920s jazz music, as it's something I spend a lot of time on but don't get many opportunities to discuss. Story 5. I wish people would ask me more about my little brothers. I am so dang proud of them and would love a chance to plug their animation channel, talk about their passion for science, or even just rave about how friendly they are. My brothers are jerks sometimes, but they are awesome. Story 6. I'm a voracious and promiscuous reader, and I am always desperate for my friends to ask me to recommend books to them. They do sometimes, but I could field 2 of these questions a day for the rest of my life and it would bring only joy. Story 7. Do you need anything? Did you eat today? How was work? Do you want to take a trip? When is the last time you have been on a tropical vacation? Do you need anything before I come over? How has life been treating you? Do you want to get brunch this weekend? Can you cook some good Jamaican food for me? Do you want to go catch a movie? How was your day today? What did you learn today? Can you babysit for me? Story 8. Can I pay for your monthly groceries? Do you want to watch a movie with me? Who are your favorite YouTubers? What kind of person do you think you will be when you are 80? Would you rather be poor but famous or rich and hated? Story 9. What would make your job easier? I work for a state university, and despite it being a leading research institution with business management and computer engineering programs, there is zero management interest in automating any of the routine drudgery of the business and accounting workflows. Story 10. I hate how people ask a question without providing context, and then others answer them, often incorrectly, because they just assume they know the context. Story 11. Nothing specific, but anything bold or personal would be nice. I am pretty much an open book, but people seem afraid or disinterested in asking me anything beyond favors, interests, and hobbies. Story 12. I genuinely love being asked to explain things, so pretty much any question is great, as long as it's from someone who's actually looking to understand things with context. It's really nice to just go down a research hole and come out the other side knowing a bunch of stuff about an obscure topic, and being able to share that with people either online or in real life. Shout out to Out of the Loop. My favorite questions are the ones that first make you think, well, that's really simple. And then you start looking into it and realize that there are just layers and layers and layers. Story 13. No specific questions. I just wish they would ask me more. I mean, not annoyingly, about myself and stuff. They usually end up thinking I am living mysteriously. But it is a matter of asking. How can you get to know someone if you won't ask? Story 14. Most any question that showed genuine interest in me would be nice. I know so many things about the people in my life, but they would know nothing about me if I didn't drop the occasional bit of information. And I keep those bits to a minimum as well because they are often met with a blank stare of annoyance, silent disinterest, one-upping, or comments that I'm weird or wrong. Some days I do like being invisible and having my privacy. However, when my social meter plummets or I feel very alone, it's a struggle to find anyone to open up to because I'm the one they talk to, not the other way around. Story 15. Can I shake your hand, touch you, or kiss you on the cheeks? I know we do those naturally where I live, and sometimes it would be awkward to ask. But I swear, I do not want to be kissed by older men I do not know without them asking first because it's a common thing to do in our culture. And especially forcing kids to kiss strangers, ugh. Story 16. This is a great thought-provoking post. It invites self-reflection and reveals what someone values or is passionate about. It's always interesting to hear what topics or conversations people wish they had more of, as it often leads to deeper or more meaningful connections. Story 17. Castlevania. Symphony of the Night. I think about this game a lot. In the last 27 years, the number of people who have asked about Symphony of the Night has been zero. Zero. Story 18. In my experience, it took me a while to get through my numb head that no one asks because no one cares. I only ever get asked questions like, can you fix it? Or, can you come up with a solution for this? Or, can you help me with that? Story 19. I wish that instead of asking, do you have a girlfriend? People would ask, do you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend? It speaks volumes about how people view gays if they take the little effort to add possibilities in their questions. Our life is already a constant coming out, and it can be tiresome when you always have to feel around the room. Story 20. My under 11-year-old self would probably want people to ask, where are you from? More often, so I could proudly say, Australia. Now, I realize why people don't ask is to not seem racist. I'm ethnically Asian. Story 21. I wish people would ask me how my day is going instead of asking how work went. I don't hate my job by any means. It's just by far the least interesting part of my life. I want to talk about what I've been learning on guitar, films I've seen, plans for the weekend, not PowerPoint templates and social media schedules. Story 22. Certainly, here is a revised version of your text optimized for Azure Text-to-Speak AI, with spelling corrections, acronyms expanded, and punctuation improved. Not really a wish for people asking me, but if I can ask people in the gym if I offended them when I accidentally look around, which might seem like I was checking them out in a bad manner. Story 23. I'm retired and associate mostly with other retirees, volunteering, and so on. No one ever asks what I did before I retired. Ever. So strange. They love to talk about themselves, their skills, their experiences. I can't figure it out. Something I've noticed since retiring 6 years ago. Story 24. What's it like beating the odds of cancer? I was diagnosed stage 4 in December 2018 with a 23% chance of making it to 5 years post-treatment. No one ever wants to hear about it. Cancer makes people uncomfortable. By the way, I feel really grateful and so much more, despite all the challenges. Story 25. When we had children, everyone visiting asked, how was the childbirth? Which is a nice question to ask in my opinion. When my parents died, not a single one of my friends asked, how were the final weeks? I really wanted to share that with people because, for both of their deaths, it was quite the story. But it feels super awkward to just start telling. I wish people would have asked about it. Story 26. I wish people would ask me more about my thoughts on social media's impact on mental health. It's such a huge topic, and I feel like there's so much to unpack. What do you think? Story 27. It is a simple question, and if people asked it about more things, they could improve a lot. Sometimes asking why you do something a certain way, or why even do it at all, can make life a lot easier.